Welcome back, everyone, to a brand new episode of the Athletes Roundtable. This podcast is brought to you by Athleisure Productions, the best place to find Iona highlight reels, podcasts, and much more. Today, we are joined by
Michael Faughnan.
All right, Michael, just a few basic questions here to get us started. So, what grade are you in?
I'm a junior.
All right, and where are you from?
Hopewell Junction, New York.
Hopewell Junction, very, very familiar to me, but we'll get to that later. And what's your major?
I'm a finance and accounting major.
Okay, so as a swimmer, what are your events?
So primarily I'm distance freestyle, so that includes the 200 free, the 500 free, and the mile. But this year we had to be a little bit more versatile because we lost 6 seniors as well as 2 grad students, so they had me doing the 200 backstroke this year.
Gotcha.
But yeah.
How would you describe the differences in events?
It's honestly huge. It's all about pacing. You know, you go from the 200 free, which is 8 laps, and you know when you're at the D1 level, 8 laps, even though that's a lot, you have to all out sprint that. But when you compare that to the 500, it's a complete different training and pace work because the 500 is 20 laps, and you know for the 500 in practice you'll train repeat 500s or 100 pace stuff, but like if you're talking about training for a 200, it's more off the blocks, fast 50s and everything. So it's a pretty drastic difference. And then the mile also, the only way to train for the mile is just constant swimming, straight swims, like repeat thousands. So it's pretty crazy.
Little quick fun fact, Michael and I actually used to swim together in high school. We went to the same high school, which is a little wild, but
Yeah.
Explain to me what the difference is between like swimming at the high school level and swimming at the D1 level.
I mean, the commitment is just right off the bat crazy. You know, high school, you don't have weight training. There's very limited doubles unless you're on a club team. So I actually was on a club team in high school. So there were a few doubles in there, but it's still so much crazier. And also in high school, school's from like 8 to 2, and then you have practice right after, where in college your day can be more structured where you go right to practice at like 7:30. So like as a distance swimmer, I'll practice from 7:30 to 9 and then make sure my classes are like in the middle of the day and then have that second practice at like 3:45 to 5:15. Weight training is also a huge thing that college college has as well. So we lift Monday, Wednesday, Friday, which is like crucial to the taper process, which we could talk about later. But throughout the season, we lift like crazy and like break our muscles down, and then once we have championships, we'll rest and just feel amazing and fast.
How does the competition differ from high school to college?
I definitely say it's more, the competition is more based on like what meets you're at. In high school, regular dual meets, the competition was all right. You'd have some really fast swimmers not go to every dual meet because they had club commitments. But I'd say that the high school state meet is actually pretty similar in that you get guys that are going to, other top D1 schools. So at the state level of high school, it's pretty similar. But when you get to like NCAAs and MAC championships, it's also insane competition, very fast.
So how would you say you first got into swimming?
So actually it's a funny story. I really didn't want to swim. We were at Lake League signups, and they had to do the bathing suit sizes, and my mom said, you got to throw this Speedo on, and I cried in the bathroom for like 15 minutes and was really debating life at that point. I mean, I was like, this is like 10 years old, and I also hated lakes too. But, that's when I first started, trying it out. I mean, I'd barely hop in the lake. I would hide behind trees, like, to not swim. I mean, it was crazy. And then, throughout the years, I swam on numerous club teams, and I never really took it seriously. I'd go like 2 or 3 times a week, but my work ethic wasn't even there, so I never really saw results. And then high school gradually just all like went up from there pretty much.
What would you say is your favorite part of swimming, or your least favorite part if you have one?
I'd say my favorite part's probably the bond you make with your teammates. the main key for swimming is like, I mean, I don't think there's any other sport, and like props to those who play every other sport because it's so hard to compete at numerous levels. But swimming is so hard on your body. Not only is it cardio, like the muscle wise too, and in my opinion, the only way to get through that is like having your teammates at your side. So like I feel like the best part about swimming is forming a bond with your teammates and coming really close, because we'll be up at like 6:30 in the morning for practice, but then you'll see your boys on the deck and you're just like already like laughing, making jokes, and it's like, all right, like we're in this together, like it's gonna be fun. My least favorite part about swimming is probably just the pain. Some of the sets are really painful.
Very true.
Yeah.
Do you practice like with the girls? Are you like close with the girls team too?
Yeah, we're very close with our girls team because we travel together and we compete at the same meets as them, even though the scoring is actually different. And then in terms of practice too, we have set groups where it's just men only. So Monday, Wednesday, and Friday afternoons will just be men. And then anytime we split up into a stroke group or a distance group, that's when we'll be with the women who are also in that group with us.
So you are primarily backstroke and freestyle, right?
Right.
So do you practice the other strokes as well?
I will never practice breaststroke.
Really?
I am so bad at it. And I also I'd rather swim like a 500 free than do a 50 breaststroke. I really hate breaststroke. Butterfly I love. My form is just not there. But as there's always improvements to be made in your swimming technique. So recently, actually, I've been getting a lot better at my underwaters, and I've honestly enjoyed doing a little bit more fly. But competition-wise, and what I can, the events that I can do and succeed the most in, it'd probably be freestyle and backstroke.
Speaking of events, so obviously I was a swimmer in high school with you, but the way that it works in high school is you can swim up to 4 events and there's relays and such, but how does it work in college? Is it completely different?
So you're allowed 3 individual events and 1 relay, or you could do 2 individual. So this is for the dual meet. So you can either do 2 individual events and 2 relays, or 3 individual events and 1 relay. So what they had me do in the dual meets this year, actually, I think that, or it's a different thing for championships, but what they had me do in dual meets this year is they had me do the 1,000 free, the 200 free, and the 500 free, and then the 100 or 400 free relay at the end. And the toughest part about that was, you'd have the 1,000 free, which is the first event, and then the 200 free was right after that.
Oh man!
So I'd get 2 minutes for the girls to go, and then right back up, and just got to throw the hammer down, but. It was tough. And then at the championship level, you have 3 individual events you could choose, and then you're allowed 4 relays. So at this past championships, I did the 200 freestyle, 500 freestyle, and the 200 back, which was different than last year because last year I did the mile instead of backstroke.
Okay.
So as a college athlete, do you feel pressure at all, or is there no pressure?
Yeah, I feel pressure all the time. And honestly, I think it should be a thing more addressed more. I am constantly anxious. I have a lot of anxiety, but at the same time, swimming and exercising and having a schedule helps me out. There's always pressure to perform, and there's also pressure, in school to keep the grades up. But I feel as long as you stay organized, I know myself, I'm very organized and I'm able to get through it. So, but I do think there is a lot of pressure. Yeah.
So on a meet day, you're just talking about anxieties and stuff. Would you say that you're more anxious and worried about it, or are you excited? What's the feeling going through you?
It's different. It depends on the meet. It depends on the competition. I know that some meets I've been okay, this guy's good. He was the MAC champ last year. He was in the A final last year. I know I got to bring my A game on. I'll always be nervous just for myself on okay, I have to swim this race. I hope I go a good time. I'm nervous for the team. I want us to do well.
Do you have any pre-meet rituals or anything you do?
Not necessarily. I kind of just listen to music and just try and stay as relaxed as possible. Sportsbet has this Normatec thing, so you put it on your legs and it circulates the blood through your legs. So I usually do that a lot. I always eat 2 egg sandwiches.
Every day?
Two
Every time?
sausage and cheeses with hash brown and ketchup every
Very
single
interesting.
day.
How do you land on that? Do you know?
I don't know. I'm like, all right, like it worked. Oh, and then I always eat Chinese food the night before, lo mein.
Huh.
It's like a ritual since like high school.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Huh.
So I've stuck to that. But actually, about like back to the anxiety thing, I'd say also that this MAC championships was a lot different than last year. To be honest, I actually wasn't as anxious, but I think that's primarily due to experience from last year.
True. I feel like since we've been like interviewing a bunch of athletes, a lot of like the older athletes are a lot less anxious and less worried, and the younger athletes are still. So you're as a junior, you're higher up there on the scale, so it just gets easier and easier.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah, it's like through experience. Like you know what to expect, like the next time you go out and stuff.
Yeah.
So on to the rest of your story. Why did you choose to come to Iona?
That also is like another crazy thing. I actually was like fighting my mom. Like, I'm not doing my recruit. So I actually got asked to do a recruit visit, which is how it all started. And I was like, Mom, like, I'm not going here. Like, I was looking at other colleges at the time, like Ithaca and Manhattan. And I was like, I'm not going here. And at the time, I honestly didn't really have the times to come here. And like, some of my times were like, all right, you know, at that time, because this was the fall of my senior year. And I did my recruit visit, and I was like, this is the place I wanted to be. It was crazy.
Aside from swimming and school, of course, do you have any hobbies that you like to partake in?
Honestly, I like to golf and play video games pretty much. I mean, I'm kind of a homebody. I just like to chill at home and just like lounge around the house. Yeah.
What games?
Big Fortnite guy.
Fortnite, Warzone.
Actually, I do like Warzone. For some reason, I am like ridiculously bad at Call of Duty. Any of the Call of Duty games. My KD ratio is always below 0.5. I can never get it up. It's so disappointing. But yeah, I mean, also the other thing too is like, I don't even have a lot of time because in my case, I have to swim all year round because of, you know, summer meets and everything going on with that.
Well, I was always a Wii kid. I never had an Xbox or anything, so you're certainly better.
Oh, right. Yeah, that is true. Mario Kart.
Mario Kart goes crazy.
Yeah. Mario Kart and Super Smash Bros.
Wii Sports Resort, man.
Wii Sports.
That the flying the coin one or you got to get all the eyes. Best thing ever.
Oh my gosh, I still haven't found the last like 3 or 4.
Yes.
I thought I was like a pro athlete on like Wii Sports and stuff.
Yeah.
So for you and your team, do you have any like goals for the nationals meet?
This upcoming meet at Indiana.
Yeah.
Yeah. We definitely want to have a few finalists, whether it's B or A. I mean, this national meet is top tier. It's great competition. We're versing teams like Ohio State, Tennessee, you know, the big powerhouses. I'd say a goal for anybody would just to try and make finals, and also not even make finals, but you know, go a personal best or drop some time from what they already went at max. I think that'd be great to see.
All right. You recently in this last meet, you broke the record for the 500 in the MAC. So with a time of 4:20, how does that make you feel? Like to be a record holder of that, and plus you've broken other records for Iona. So like, how does that feel?
I'm honestly like really happy, but also like I'm a junior. You know, there's still more to do. You know, job's not finished, like Kobe says.
Sure.
You know, like that was the MVP this year, but you know, next year's a whole another year. You know, I got more work to do.
True.
This year also was like a rebuilding year for our team.
Okay.
Like I said, we lost a lot of key guys last year, but we have a lot of fast guys coming in this year. But I think that it was definitely, I was definitely really happy with what I was able to do this past meet, and really set a high tone for the rest of the boys. You know, on just going at it and seeing the results from working hard.
How do you try and like inspire the new people that are coming in?
I just try to make everyone feel important, especially for the recruits. You know, I reach out to them. You know, if they have a meet, I'll be like, you know, great times. I can't wait to get to work with you. Especially the freshmen too, and like motivating each other. Like, the only way to succeed is you got to make everyone feel important and a part of the team. And, that's what I try and do every day, especially in the pool. I try and lead everybody. So it's a really good thing going on.
What are the expectations for going into next year with all the people you have coming in again from this past year and the new class coming in?
Just that everyone works hard and gives it 110% every day, because people feed off each other. Like I was saying, how once you're having fun with swimming, it's easy to do. If someone comes in with a bad attitude or sad, it'll affect everybody. I mean, the expectations are always high. The other captain, Lucas Haddad, and I, we always set the bar high for everybody, and we just expect everyone to try their best and really give it their all.
All right, so we're going to go on to a segment we've never done before. It's called Random Rankings. All right, so today we're going to be ranking, or Michael is going to be ranking, the best fast food places, top 10 out of, he's got 20 choices over there, but top 10 fast food in the U.S. So, Michael, give us your 10th option.
So, not even to put it on the board, I just want to start off by saying Arby's is garbage. I have never tried it, but even their advertisements, I feel like
we have the meats though.
I even that logo is terrible.
Logo is not good. So, starting off at number 10, I think I'm going to go with Taco Bell.
Taco Bell, interesting choice. I don't know.
I always think their burritos are a little too cheesy, and I'll be really hungry, I'll have one, be craving it, and then I'll be midway through and I'll be So I think I'll give that number 10, and then for the 9, I'm gonna go. I think I might have to go Sonic for this one.
Okay.
Their milkshakes are really good.
Interesting. Going to number 10. I've never had it. I'm pretty sure. No, I am lied. I had it once. I had Taco Bell once.
Bell?
Taco Bell's once, and I did not like
There's
it.
something about it. I don't know. Especially when you go from trying fresh real Mexican food to Taco Bell. It doesn't do it for me.
You have to know what to order. I feel like at Taco Bell in order to have it be good.
Yeah, and also never had Sonic either. The only Sonic near me always seemed to be closed. We just never went. I just never had it, so I wouldn't be able to rank that one. But Taco Bell would not be on the list for me.
I'm going to make a huge jump here to number 1, actually, because I was already eyeing this. Chipotle here.
Chipotle's number 1.
Chipotle goes crazy.
I like that.
And honestly, that's a rank up from the past, actually since being at college, because it's just their bowls are crazy.
After a workout, that's the best thing
it's
to have.
It's cold too, it's so good.
Yeah.
And honestly, Chipotle's their mixed juices are actually really good too, that they make themselves. I think I got the tangerine one. I don't know, but it's really good.
Chipotle is delicious. Honestly, would be my top one as well. I literally just had Chipotle 2 hours ago.
It's undefeated. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And then honestly, number 2, I'm gonna go Chick-fil-A as well.
Good choices. Very good choices.
Not even because of the chicken sandwiches. This is gonna sound crazy, but they have the best fruit cup ever.
Really?
McDonald's, they got the apple slices, all these other. They'll throw oranges in there, strawberries, blueberries.
Wow.
That's what I kind of want. I don't want some apple slices in a plastic bag.
Also, the service at Chick-fil-A is so nice.
Yeah,
it's my pleasure.
Yeah,
exactly. Just brightens my day.
100%. So
unfortunate it's not open on Sundays, but
that is the only bad thing about
understood,
it.
Though.
Number 3. So I guess we'll do number 3 here. Number 3, I'm going to go Shake Shack.
Shake
Shakes
Shack
are crazy. And same with their fries.
I'm not liking that choice. I'm sorry.
I think it's a little too pricey though.
It can be. The burgers are actually, speaking of pricey, Five Guys. Actually, that's what I was going to do next. I was going to put Five Guys here.
Okay, all right.
Five Guys, in my opinion, it's $8 for a burger now.
Yeah, Five Guys has definitely jumped up, but I think the food is just considerably better than Shake Shack. I haven't had it too many times, Shake Shack, but Five Guys is just so much better.
I like the peanuts at Five Guys too.
Yeah, that is
they are
nice.
really good too, and their milkshakes.
They are good. Decent. Yeah.
Except recently, I don't know what it is with Rochelle, but all of their milkshake machines have been broken.
Really? Is there even a Five Guys around here?
Yeah, it's right by Chipotle.
Oh, really?
10 minutes. Yeah,
oh, shoot! I didn't even know that. It's good to know.
For this, for the number 4 spot, I'm gonna go Panda Express. So
Panda
I actually
Express.
tried it. I actually tried it for the first time ever in an airport last year, coming back from Texas, and it was immaculate. It was crazy.
Really?
Yeah, I thought
I've
it was
never
really
had
good.
it.
I was surprised too, because a fast food, Chinese restaurant, like who would think?
Yeah, that just screams not good to me. I don't
Yeah.
know. Maybe I should try it then if
Yeah,
it's number
it was-
5 in
it
your
was-
rankings.
I've never
really
had
good.
it either. Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
I just
So-
know like my mall. There's like a food court.
I was
and,
just
like,
gonna bring that up. It's like
Yeah.
Poughkeepsie Gallery.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Pretty good though.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'd have to say I'm gonna have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 6, Domino's Pizza.
Okay.
Domino's.
Some of their deals, they have this $20 deal, 2 medium pies, and like this garlic bread thing, and a liter of soda. It's crazy. That's all I
That
get
is
there.
that's a solid deal right there.
I
I didn't have Domino's. I think I only had Domino's once before coming to college. Now I've had
Really?
it a couple
I
times.
mean,
it's
so convenient right here.
it is very convenient. I wish it was on the meal plan, but yeah.
My roommate freshman year, shout out to Daniel, every single day for like a month straight, he would just eat Domino's
Yeah,
pizza.
that
and
is
like
the same thing with
it's
one of our
good, but over time it just
I'm sorry,
smells
it's-
terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like it's definitely not the same as real pizza, like
Yeah,
traditional pizza.
literally.
It's much less expensive. Not even like much less. It's a little less
There's
expensive.
something about it. The crust is pretty good. I don't know.
Yeah,
I like how
it's-
it's like fluffy.
Yeah, I
It's
agree.
cool.
And
I
like
that style.
the taste is pretty good. But
Yeah.
and those lava cakes also are not too bad.
Yeah, that is true.
I don't mind
Also, I want to just say this for the video. I'm getting rid of McDonald's because I absolutely hate McDonald's.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
And I
That's the
have
guy
been
owner's
there
number one.
obviously a bunch of times,
Mm-hmm.
but it just I just can't get behind it. I really don't.
That's crazy.
I don't know.
That's a hot take. McDonald's
Yeah.
honestly is it would probably be in my top 5.
The only thing I'll get from there is like cookies.
Have you ever had their
Really?
breakfast sandwiches? Those
I mean,
are good.
I mean, I have. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I've probably had like majority of their menu. It's just it really just doesn't do it. I feel gross after.
that is
know.
very fair.
I don't know what it is. I
Yeah.
don't know what it is. So let's see. I have 7 and 8 left. This is a tough choice.
You know what I think is terrible is Burger King.
Yeah, I wasn't even thinking about.
No
putting
shot.
that. You know,
Burger King is so good.
Burger King used to have mac and cheese.
Oh, really?
Way back when it was Kraft mac and cheese. I like Burger King when they had the mac and cheese, but I don't know. It doesn't do it for me. And same with White Castle. So I think I'm going to eliminate both of those from the list.
Okay. White Castle's fair. I've only had their like frozen.
Me too.
Frozen burgers. They're fine. But Burger King, that's crazy.
And same with Papa John's and Popeyes. I don't really.
Yeah.
I can't get behind it. So here we're looking at KFC also. I don't know what it is, but it just doesn't do it for me.
I think I had either KFC or Popeyes once, and it was just it didn't taste good. I don't know.
Yeah, I'd have to say 7's gonna have to go to Wendy's.
Okay.
$5 biggie bag is awesome. at
Yeah,
Wendy's.
That is.
I was just gonna say their biggie bag deal is great, and like it seems like healthier than for some reason Burger King and McDonald's, even though it's probably like the same.
Yeah. Square burgers.
Yeah, they're
Screams
all-
healthy.
they're all- yeah. Literally, have you ever dipped? What was their huge thing about dipping like a fry in their milkshake or
Yeah,
chicken
I
nugget?
think-
Their chicken in their.
I think it might have been
shakes?
fries, but
Yeah.
maybe that was something else.
Have you
but
ever tried that? I don't know.
I've dipped
Never
fries in
really tried it.
milkshakes,
What do you
and
think?
it's all right. Like it just tastes like a fry in a milkshake. It's like
Yeah.
a good salty and sweet combo, but
Yeah.
other than that, it's not worth the hype. If you need to cool off fries, then it works.
Yeah, that is true. And then I think to put number 7 on the board, I'm gonna have to go Subway. I love Subway. I just haven't had it in a while, and the one here, the Subway here, isn't that good. But I really do like their sandwiches, and their cookies are really good as well.
Interesting. Subway, I'm not a sandwich guy. I don't know what it is, but I'm just, unless it's like a meatball sub, that's my go-to order.
Yeah, true.
I think that's probably the only thing I've ever gotten at Subway, meatball sub.
Yeah.
Subway, like the Italian sandwiches are the best.
Yeah.
But I had beef with Subway though, because it was like in my neighborhood as I was growing up, and then I was gonna get like a car like my senior year, and I got the car, and then Subway just went out of business in my
Oh,
neighborhood, and I couldn't
tough.
go to it.
That's a
Crazy story.
It's a bad moment.
Yeah.
So there we have it.
Dang. Well, I like it overall. Not bad. Certainly not bad. I love.
There's good names up there.
There are, yeah. The top 2 I definitely like. I would have to agree with. I'm disappointed that Five Guys isn't 3, but I'm okay with 4. I'm very disappointed that McDonald's or Burger King did not make it up there. But Wendy's is acceptable. I'll accept.
I feel like the only controversial one on here could be Sonic. I would go there as a kid though, and I loved it. So
Okay.
Sonic's drive-through is amazing.
Yeah, I mean they come out on roller skates.
Yeah.
What's better than that?
Who even thought of that? Like that's such a
Right?
random thing.
Yeah.
Huh. All right. Well, thank you for that portion of the segment. We'll be right back with some more individual. We'll be right back. We'll be right back with some more interviews.
And we're back. So we're just gonna finish this interview off with a couple of questions. Who or what are your inspirations in life?
I'd say, number one, my parents, and watching them work hard and go through a lot, raising 4 kids. I feel like that just says enough with all of our activities and everything, and them working hard. They really inspire me to work hard myself. All of my teammates and coaches that I've had in this whole swim run, from when I first started, they've also inspired me to keep working hard. And yeah.
So, your 200-meter time right now obviously this is a little different because you swim in yards, and
Right.
Olympic trials, not to get ahead of myself, but Olympic trials is in meters. But your 200-yard time is a 1:37, and the Olympic qualifying time for meters is a 1:46. So, is there any hope there? Like, how far off are you if you were to convert it into meters?
Wait, what was the meter time?
The meter 1:46, I think, and you have a 1:37.
I have a 1:35.
1:35. The website was not updated.
I honestly don't know. I think the trial cut is 1:49.
Really? Okay.
But but with all, I mean, it's just a bunch of times. I mean, that's like crazy about swimming. It's all time based.
Mm-hmm.
Like even if you're at the top level, like the guys that are going like 130s, like you could still have goals to go 129. Like you can have an endless amount of goals. But in terms of the trial, Olympic trials, so I went a 135 in yards this past weekend and converted to meters. That's a 148, which is faster than the trial cut. But to make trials, you have to swim it in meters, and I didn't.
Okay.
And the problem with meters is I only get the opportunity to swim meters over the summer, and
Okay.
the summer is when I am still training, but completely chilled out
Yeah.
and, relaxing a little bit. So I think if I really wanted to make the run at it, I'd have to, make a few sacrifices and keep the doubles up and weight training. But realistically, especially with, internships that I have, it would be very hard to do.
If it were easier, would that be something that you'd want to do?
I'd honestly be very open to that. Yeah, I would dedicate it because, swimming has been on the rise with popularity recently, and there's been a lot of NIL deals and room for earnings. So I would potentially be open to that. It's definitely a way much bigger commitment than swimming is now, though.
Yeah, right.
If not Olympics, what do you want to do?
In terms of swimming,
In terms of like your career after swimming.
So like I was saying earlier, I'm a finance and accounting major, but I was planning on. I'm primarily doing accounting, but
Okay.
I have to double major because I'm in the honors program and I'm a year ahead right now. So I just decided to pick up the finance major, but I plan on sticking the accounting route. I have 2 internships right now, this summer and next summer, lined up in the audit field, and that's what I plan on doing. The one thing that's also open and up in the air is the possibility about a 5th year. So due to COVID, the NCAA gave us an extra year of eligibility, and I'm still debating it. I love swimming, so I don't even think it'll be about swimming because it won't be a problem for me to swim next year. It's just a matter of, do I want to start my career after next summer, or do I want to just get my master's?
Yeah. Would you ever think about coaching potentially?
Yeah, that is the other thing too. I don't know though, because I wouldn't. That's also like a really good question. I was thinking about it a few days ago because I would love to coach, especially here for my 5th year. We actually have Shout out to Coach Morrow. He's the grad assistant. He's going for his master's right now, and he's been with the team every day coaching.
Wow.
Like, the best, like, inspiration. He's, like, another person that inspires me. Great coach. Like, he's so enthusiastic about it. And, like, but I would definitely consider coaching. But I think I'd feel a little weird because they'd want me to probably swim, and now instead of coaching.
Yeah.
But who knows?
Yeah. All right, Michael. Well, thank you so much for joining the podcast,
Thank you for having me.
We wish you the best of luck in the next couple of weeks with the big meet coming up.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
Tennessee, you said it was? Where is it?
It's in Indiana.
Indiana.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we wish you the best of luck, and we'd like to thank all of you who are listening. We will be back next week with a brand new show, so please stay tuned. Again, this has been the Athletes Roundtable. This is Ryan.
Jordan.
Signing off.